Today's feature is a 2016 Ford Mustang GT Premium Edition with the Performance Pack. And if I could sum it up in one sentence, I would say this is a very rewarding and pleasurable car to drive. Now, we'll get to performance and driving characteristics in just a moment, but one thing I really want to start off with is all the value this car gives you. Now, the base GT is a solid sports car, but the Performance Pack definitely brings the GT to another level, considering what you get. The Performance Pack adds on upgraded suspension and chassis tuning, along with upgrades to the ABS and electronic stability control. You also get bigger Brembo 16 piston brakes up front, along with black multi-spoke wheels. The two options I like the most are the performance exhaust as it really gives a nice tone to the 5-liter Coyote V8 and the upgraded 373 Torsen rear diff, which is a must-have if you plan on doing any spirited driving. In the interior, you're greeted with a true driver's cockpit thanks to the extra premium pack. It features really comfortable and supported Recaro bucket seats, and also the performance gauges are a nice touch. Performance-wise, this car is the real deal. The 5-liter Coyote V8 produces 435 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque, and propels the car from 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds and finishes the quarter mile in just under 13. While the car does weigh just over 3,800 pounds, Ford has done a good job in masking the weight while doing any performance driving. But it still carries a little bit of that good old Mustang unpredictability. Anyways, let's see how she drives. Alright, Sam, thank you once again for
welcome back
for bringing American theme today. This is the first car of the two. This is the 2016 Ford Mustang GT 5.0 with the performance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when this car came out, everyone was raving about it, right? Because Ford went to independent rear suspension, and now Mustangs can handle.
Yeah, kind of.
We'll see. Anyways, I am really stoked to drive this car because all the reviews seem really positive about it, and one thing that a lot of people benchmark this car to is the BMW E92 M3. So, your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't put them in the same category, but I think this is a lot of value for the money.
Okay.
A lot of car.
All right, well, let's get it started.
Let's do it.
All right, well, initial impressions, it is really, it's a really good interior.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna put it into higher gear so you don't hear it, but if you want to coast in this thing, just do city driving, I feel like you can really do it in this car.
Yeah, awesome car.
Yeah, like right now it's really quiet. The interior is a huge step up from previous Mustangs.
This one's got the Ford Performance exhaust, so I think this is actually the like the track exhaust. What do they call it? The touring. It's Borland Ford Performance, so it's like the loudest exhaust you can get as an accessory from Ford.
Well, I mean, it sure did sound loud when we were doing those drive-bys. But yeah, like just noticing the little things, you can really tell Ford's put a lot of thought into it. There's still, a few hard plastics here and there, but yeah, like things like the shifter, the steering wheel, and the pedals, all the driver stuff, it's really good.
Brand new out the box, you can get one for like 55 grand loaded.
Yeah,
that's a lot of car for the money.
It really is. Alright, maybe put it on lower gear.
And this one's got the 373 rear end, that's why it revs so high and fast. Like,
yeah,
you're in fourth gear and it's high such RPM.
And ooh, the brakes are so grabby.
They're awesome.
Oh, I mean, they do have the upgraded Brembo brakes, but like, oh my goodness.
It's a beautiful car.
But yeah, when you're driving this car and you're shifting, you really got to pay attention to how you're letting off the clutch, because even though this does have the independent rear suspension, I feel like this can really...
it's got a lot of instant power.
Yeah.
Even though it handles, if you corner unresponsibly, you're gonna, you know.
Oh yeah.
You gotta know how to treat it.
It can let loose if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Man, wow, this is really nice.
Beautiful car. And buying one used, it's not a scary car to buy at all.
No, it's not.
Bulletproof.
Yeah, let me get into a higher gear. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
You really got to pay attention to how you depress the brakes. They are really grabby. Yeah, this is a really dynamic rev end. Oh yeah. Yeah. One of the car's strong suits is definitely handling.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from a Mustang.
No, you wouldn't. Like, it is just flat right now. Granted, you got to be careful when you're coming out of a corner. You know, give it the right amount of gas. Give it too much, you might end up in a ditch. But
yeah, that's what makes it fun.
Oh man, this is really enjoyable. I gotta
Gorgeous
say.
car. This is like the ultimate daily driver, in my opinion.
Oh, it is.
Cheap maintenance, power, looks, everything.
Oh, I agree. And if you don't like Mustangs or Ford in general, but you're looking for a sports car that's also a really good daily driver, I'd say just ditch the brand loyalty and check out one of these.
Yeah, it deserves to be looked at.
It really does. This really is an amazing car.
One aspect that I really want to highlight, and where I feel Ford did a tremendous job, is the driving inputs. The steering wheel, pedals, and gear shifter are just fantastic to use. The gear shifter feels smooth and connected, and throwing it into gear is quite quick as the throws aren't that long. The clutch pedal is super communicative, and you can definitely feel the catching point, and it's not heavy and very friendly to use. The steering wheel also feels really premium and what you would expect from a sports car. It grips to your hands nicely, although it's a little on the thicker side. Now, the car does come equipped with electronic steering, and while that may throw some people off, it's definitely precise and you can configure it to a setting that works for you. The interior in general is just a really good place to be, and it really sums up how versatile the Ford Mustang GT is. It's a great daily driver, but it's also pretty capable when it comes to performance driving.
It just sings, man. Like, past $4,000, this thing just, I don't know, like, it's like it opens its voice to like let you know, like, hey, let's go faster.
Yeah.
Man.
Ford did good things in 2011 when they brought back the Coyote.
Oh, definitely.
They're on the right track.
Yeah, the E92 M3. Like, a lot of people, they do like to benchmark this car because of just the way the car is set up. Like, both have naturally aspirated V8s, and they're just, you know, known for handling, but at the same time being like a good car to drive all around. Now you think that's not the case, or
No,
at least,
but I mean, base price, the M3 is like almost double, which is a lot of, you can't really compare because they had so much more to work with at that price point. But this, like, they're different cars, but this is much more value, I'd say, than the M3, like, all day long.
yeah.
And this is scary. Like, that's not a scary car to drive. You can, you know, let the back out on this car. That car's too linear. Like, it's not a scary 414 horsepower. It's really controlled.
It's much more dialed.
Yeah, very dialed in.
That makes sense. Yeah, and I guess if you're looking for more of a thrill, go for this.
Yeah, but if you want to set lap records, the M3, no question.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like you could just go up this road in third gear, and
Yeah.
yeah, this is really amazing.
Your favorite corner?
Here we go. The testing corner. Yeah, you don't want to give too much gas here, because that
I think, the suspension a little bit.
Great. So the road clears, we'll give it the kahunas. Oh man.
Yeah, it's got power.
Wow.
Even compared to your E55, I mean, that's got a lot of power, but this is pretty quick.
This is really
Yeah.
quick. So I guess long story short, if you want a GT 350R, but you can't afford one, then I'd say get one of these. And the Mustang world is so vast that you can easily put upgrades to your GT50, and you can probably get the performance that the GT 350R gives you.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're totally different cars. Like that I would compare to the M3 more.
Oh,
But yeah, like I wouldn't daily the GT 350R. That's what I would daily because of what they are.
that's true. That is true, yeah. But the R sounds so good.
So nice, so nice. But there's a lot of parts for these. Like you can get a Ford, I believe Ford Performance Supercharger.
Oh,
You
from
get
the
it bolted out
factory.
of the dealer, yeah.
And that's what really makes just owning a Ford so great, right?
Yeah, you can do so much to them, and it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah. All right, Sam. Well, thank you one more time for
Anytime.
bringing out such a. It's just an all-around great car, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you didn't expect it to be this good.
I expected it to be like pretty good, but
Yeah.
not this good.
Yeah, it blew me away too.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go drive
Yeah,
the
let's do
Viper.
it.